Hello there, just in time for the news briefs at 1 p.m. We hope you're having a great Saturday. My name is Trevor Ombija. Here's the latest. President Uhuru Kenyatta is urging politicians to desist from engaging in party politics at the expense of service delivery to the people. The president, who spoke as he led a clean-up exercise in the city, warned against constant politicking, especially about the 2022 general election. The president is also warning business people against exploiting the masses with high prices of maize. The president says those found selling the staple commodity for anything more than 75 shillings will be dealt with by his government. The cleanup exercise was also attended by the Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko, the UNEP and UN Habitat top leadership, as well as local members of parliament.
Jameni, tuje pamoja na tupendane, tubadilishe maisha. Kwa hivyo siku ya leo sio siku ya mambo mengi. Siku ya leo ni ya kazi. Na yale ambayo tutaanza leo, na waomba wenzangu, kila mtu vile mwenzetu hapa amesema, tujue ni jukumu la kila moja wetu kuhakikisha ya kwamba mji wetu ni safi. Taka ni yako na ni responsibility yako. Lazima sisi tujue ya kwamba kama hatutakuja pamoja, everybody taking personal responsibility, we will never achieve our objective.
Well, let's cross over to Migori County, where preparations for the senatorial by-election set to be held on Mondays in top gear. Bernardo Juang is joining me live from that area. Bernardo, I see Commissioner is with you there. There's been a new twist. Someone has just dropped out. Solomon Hodo is dropped out of the race. We now have 5 to go. What's the plan like going on there?
Well, thank you very much, Trevor. We've been here since last week following the campaign, Migori County senatorial by-election campaigns, and we've been filing stories. And today was going on. Campaigns ended just yesterday, and today was remaining. The IBC officials here are now finalizing everything, so that to ensure that come tomorrow they will be dispatching voting materials to different location, and so as to enable that exercise be free and fair. And now joining me here, we'll be talking to Migori County Returning Officer Ruth Kulundu, just to tell us how prepared are they. Joining me here, Madam, it is only today and tomorrow. How prepared are you?
We are very much prepared. All the materials on the ground. We are just waiting for tomorrow. At about 1 or 2 p.m., we start dispatching our officials to the polling stations. Yes.
And maybe where will you start? Maybe
we are going to start with the farthest county assembly wards. We have 40 county assembly wards in Migori, so we'll start with the farthest. Every constituency starts with the farthest county assembly ward and finishes with the nearest county assembly ward, to ensure that those who are going far are able to reach their various polling stations in time, and even those who are near can get to their polling stations before it's dark.
Security-wise?
We are fully prepared. We have over 1,700 police officers who are going to man various polling stations, and we have others who will be in plain clothes, dog handlers. So we are sure the security will be tip-top during the polling day on Monday.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll be talking, Trevor, we'll be talking to IBC Commissioner Professor Gulie. Just tell us how prepared are they as the IBC Commission. Welcome, Prof. Are you set for this exercise come Monday?
We are really set. We have over 388, 633 voters in this particular constituency, spread across 826 polling stations across Migori. And all the trainings have been completed, from the clerks to the POs, deputy presiding officers. We've done trainings for all agents. We are now doing trainings for observers. And therefore, tomorrow, we have all the electoral materials ready. And tomorrow afternoon, dispatch will begin taking to the various polling stations. So we are pretty much set for the election.
And maybe there are some, we had 6 candidates initially, but one with step down. And is he going to be on the ballot?
As far as we are concerned, as a commission, we have 6 candidates, and all of them will appear in the ballot paper. Any local arrangements among candidates is not official. And so we have 6 candidates who will be on the ballot paper.
Oh, thank you very much.
And maybe lastly, I wish to request the citizens of Migori County to come out in large numbers and to exercise their democratic right and to come and vote for a candidate of their choice.
Well, thank you very much, Prof. Trevor, we were speaking there to Migori County Returning Officer Ruth Kulunda and also IBC Commissioner Professor Gulie speaking there, saying that they are set and they are ready to go for ahead. And come tomorrow, they will start dispatching voting materials as from 1 p.m. and they are targeting the farthest areas, and they are assuring Migori County residents enough security and telling Migori County residents not to be allowed involving themselves in multi-practices come out on Monday. Back to you, Trevor.
Thanks, Bernard. You can go and have lunch now. We'll touch base with you later on. That's Bernard Ojuang speaking to us from Migori. 826 polling stations, 388,633 voters, over 1,700 security personnel deployed there to ensure the process goes on straight. There was a bit of a twist there. Solomon Hodo pulled out of the race last minute, but like the Professor Gulie says, when IBC Commissioner, all the 6 of them will still appear. Speaking of security forces, the Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, is satisfied with the current security status in Turkana County. IG Boynet commended the security officers in the region for making the once volatile county much safer than ever. Boynet was at a meeting to sensitize the region's security personnel on the ongoing police reforms. The forum was an opportunity for the police officers to ask pertinent questions directly to their boss. The IG was accompanied by senior security officers from the General Duty Police Unit, GSU, Administration Police, and special units from the police service as well.
This county is by and large safe and secure. That's not to say that we are oblivious of the challenges that we face that emanate from certain neighboring countries, and even within the county itself and along the parts that they neighbor with neighboring communities. We are aware and we have worked hard to make sure that we bring peace and security to any part of this county that faces any challenges.
Burial of a man who was beheaded in the recent Olposimoru clashes was called off after elders opposed the funeral, saying it was against their traditions. Robert Chepkwony was killed last month and was to be buried on Friday, but the burial had to be postponed with the elders warning that a bad omen might befall the family if the man is buried without a head.
The deceased Robert Chepkwony was killed when chaos erupted between 2 communities in the Olopsimor area at the Narok-Nakuru border. The police were deployed in the area to quell the rising tension. Found his body in a maize field 3 days later with his head missing. Another body, which was intact, was also found. The bodies were later taken to the mortuary. The family then embarked on burial plans for the father of 5, while at the same time engaging the police, who are still searching for the missing head. The family earlier this week held a fundraiser for the funeral plans, and everything was set for the burial on Friday, only for elders to cancel the plans.
Due to the head which is missing, and as per the Kalenjin culture, a person cannot be buried without the head. So we are requesting the government to look for us the head. The funeral has been postponed, and we do request the government to look for us, for the head, wherever it is.
The elders have asked for more time to search for the missing head. If the search becomes unsuccessful, the elders say they will have to conduct rituals to protect the family against bad omen.
And staying in the counties, 2 stray elephants that ventured out of their confined territory in Marmanet Forest into human settlements in Tomo village, that's in Eldama Ravine in Baringo County, caused quite a stir among the locals there who have never been that close to elephants before. KWS and KFS officials battled with the animals for hours to get them back to their home in the forest, much to the amusement of the locals there.
Friday afternoon would ideally be spent at work or in school, but for the residents of Tolmo village, they spent it on top of trees, each one hoping to catch a glimpse of rare guests that had ventured into their neck of the woods. The 2 elephants had strayed into the area, something that many here say was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see them, as the closest they have come to interacting with the animals is on television.
Asa ile kitu alifanya ni kufunja mafence na kukula mahindi kidogo kidogo. Mahali wako sahi wamechificha, tumejaribu kuangalia, tumepanda hata miti juu, hatuoni, tunaona tu upande wa masikio yao, lakini mwili haionekani juu wameingia msituni. Wengine wachawahi hata kuona ndovu, so walitaka kuchukua hiyo nafasi kuwaona, sababu wanasikia, wanaona kwa TV.
Security agencies joined the KWS officers in trying to drive the animals back to where they came from in order to avoid destruction of property or even deaths.
Watu wakae mbali na wasitoke nje, labda kama ni usiku wasitoke ovyo ovyo. Kwanza wajue ni nini inaendelea, ndio wakitoka wanajua ni nini hiyo. Na pia wasijaribu kuleta silaha ama kupikana naye.
The elephants are said to be among a herd of 40 that had strayed from Marmanet Forest in Mochongoi. Kenya Wildlife Service officials had been trying in the last 3 weeks to ensure they don't stray into farms, leading to human-wildlife conflict. It has not yet been established if all the jumbos have been taken back to their sanctuary or are still wandering the area. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Let's go to the lakeside now, and the national government will be installing CCTV cameras in the streets of Kisumu City to help the police in curbing incidents of insecurity there. That is according to the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, Jerome Ochieng, who was in Kisumu to launch the fiber optic backbone program, which will see all the 7 sub-counties in the county interconnected through the internet in the next 3 years.
The idea of connecting or putting fiber up to the police station level is to now prepare an infrastructure whereby now security agencies would now be able to monitor the security situation within an environment, and beyond security, even communication amongst themselves becomes very easy, because now you don't have to use your mobile phone. There will be what we are calling unified communication within government. When we go through what we are calling the last mile, we'll be connecting hospitals. The hospitals connection gives us an opportunity now to be able to use technology in medicine.
And Mida Creek conservation groups in Kilifi County want to be provided with incentives to set up blue economy projects. The locals who largely engage in mangrove conservation have ideas of setting up projects of ecotourism, eco-agriculture, among others, to help uplift their standards of living.
Members of the community engage in conserving the mangroves by setting up nurseries and planting seedlings in degraded areas, but majority live in poverty. Arafa Salimbaya, a conservationist and a member of women conservation groups within the Mida Creek, said the forthcoming Blue Economy Conference should come up with viable ideas of funding groups that are keen in conserving the marine ecosystem.
Conservation in a community of poverty is very high. It's very, very hard to do it. So if you want to do conservation, first thing we have to look for alternative for the community live adjacent the natural resources.
Baya says they have a source of fresh and clean drinking water at Kirepwe Island. Before the project was completed, residents used to cross to the mainland to get water, and women used to do most of the work and still do.
Women, they're the one who suffer a lot when it comes to issue of shortage of water. Like Kirepwe, they have to cross the main channel to go to the mainland to check for water.
Ecology Foundation says there are plans to initiate blue carbon, where community conserving mangroves are compensated annually. Halima Gongo, NTV.
And more than 1,200 families affected by floods in Migori received construction material from the Red Cross as the rebuilding process continues. The Kenya Red Cross says 1 billion shillings was released by the national government for the exercise that will benefit more than 40,000 people. In Migori, 1,223 families will benefit in the program that shall see each family receive 20 iron sheets, 5 ridges and 25 bags of cement. Kilifi County leaders have also advised the floods victims not to build in flood-prone areas.
We have found out that 6,654 homes were destroyed permanently or largely partially, and these are the ones that we have undertaken to rehabilitate and rebuild. So Kilifi County, and particularly this area of Garashi Ward, is the first place that we have undertaken this exercise. We are now also doing this in all the 28 counties.
Staying in the counties, over 2,000 squatters at the Majaoni settlement scheme in Kisauni, that's in Mombasa County, have been issued with their title deeds. The week-long exercise comes as a reprieve to thousands of squatters who claim that they have been searching for their title deeds for over 40 years now. The 409-acre piece of land will only be allocated to registered people under that scheme. Officials in charge of the exercise have, however, cited various challenges affecting the allocation of deeds, such as mismatch of names and people failing to show up.
Tulikaa muda mrefu zaidi ya kitu kama miaka 40 hivi. Tukiwa bado tunahangaika, hatujui itakuwaje. Tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu mwaka huu tumeona matokeo ambayo hata tunamshukuru Mungu. Ametutendea yale ambayo yalikuwa yanatusumbua kila wakati.
Changamoto nyingine ambayo tuko nayo, na kama mimi ni mwenyekiti, nimejaribu sana kuwasihi watu wetu ambao tuko nao hapa Majaoni dhidi ya kuuza hizi title deed.
Zoezi hii ilianza mwezi wa June, na within 3 months kila mtu sasa anapewa title deed. So ni zoezi ambayo kuna pesa inaitishwa na serikali na kuna mtu ameambiwa lipe pesa chochote.
Time for some laughter now, and the dancers are back, and with their return, political temperatures are also rising. While the talk appears to revolve around unity, development and the war on graft, the real elephant in the room is the 2022 equation. With the handshake, a lot of political shaking is also going on. And as Emmanuel Juma reports on Bullseye, it's also time for revelations as new friends are chosen.
Bill is hitting the dance floor very regularly these days. And Baba and Steve are once again wearing those dancing shoes. Something is cooking.
Wawache fitina. That is as simple as it is, my friends.
That may be so, but every time they begin dancing this regularly, they are up to something.
Hamuwezi kunifukuza ODM ati mukanifuata ati munanifukuza Jubilee. Haiwezekani.
Someone is plotting a William Ruto defection from Jubilee.
Tell William Ruto wachana na maneno ya kuambia Wakenya eti Raila anamfukuza Jubilee. How is Raila related to Jubilee?
Yes, William. How?
If you think you are going to use the handshake to export conmanship into our party, we are telling you that's not going to happen.
Nimeona tumeanza vita dhidi ya ufisadi. Na hiyo vita dhidi ya ufisadi ndio inaleta ile mtetemeko. Wana watu wanapiga kelele, wanabweka kama mbwa. Kwa sababu ya ile mtetemeko ya vita dhidi ya ufisadi.
My friends, don't pretend that you are the ones who are spearheading the fight against corruption. The constitution is very clear.
The elephant in the room, it seems, is the 2022 equation.
Sisi kama wana Trans Nzoia jirani yetu ni huyu mjamaa hasa kama Chris Wamalwa mwenye anatoka hapa Sugoi. Mungu akimjalia anakuwa president 2022, Chris Wamala anakuwa governor wa Trans Nzoia County.
But before you become governor, some revelations.
Nikuwe padri kama huyu Father Abraham. Nikaenda kwa seminary. Nikakaa kwa seminary, muda mfupi barua yangu ikakuja ya kusema ya kwamba niende university. Nikasema waje niende nimalize university.
And then
nikaenda university. Mwaka ya kwanza mambo ilikuwa sawa sawa. Mwaka ya 4 vindu vichenjanga.
Let's just say Chris alinaswa.
Hey! Nikapata mwanadada kutoka Central ameumbwa. Anarembeka. Anametameta. Na nikashindwa kuresist.
Then he embarked on the road to redemption.
Nilikuwa nasalamia papa. Mmeona mimi nimebarikiwa? Ama mjaona hiyo maneno?
Wewe ulienda kwa pop, mimi nilienda mahali sasa Yesu mwenyewe alizaliwa.
Between these two, who would you say is closer to the Almighty then?
Na Yesu asifiwe.
Uninyunyuzie Bwana, unioshe nitakate. Bwana, niwe mweupe kabisa.
Okay, Ken, enough. We get the point.
Na Yesu asifiwe.
You both win, gentlemen. Then there is the issue of the 8% VAT on fuel.
Nani alikuwa naamini kweli baba atakubali 8% iwekwe kwa mafuta?
Uhuru alikuwa hana chaguo. Ukweli mpaka semwe.
Kenya Uhuru amemfanyia baba. Ai, hata hiyo naye. Hata mimi naye hiyo. Si nilikuwa ninasema tu handshake. Lakini si kuamini baba ataenda huko ndani, yeye ndiye anatandikia Uhuru kitanda.
But Kutunyi, you are also there at the house on the hill. Which part of that house were you assigned?
Nikalala ndani. Na nikatupwa jikoni. Kwa Biblia nikakuwa kama Joseph.
Talking of kitchens and bedrooms.
Ingia paka bedroom yake. Na sijisifu, na waambia tu kwa taarifa mjue.
What were you doing in a single lady's bedroom?
Lakini sikuingia kwa mabaya, niliingia tu kwa kumpongeza kwa kazi nzuri anawafanyia watu wa Malindi.
And here is the owner of the bedroom Mustafa is talking about.
Ni mtu si mtu. Mimi jamani nikisema naitwa Sishuki, nitakuwa nimekosea.
She has chosen a new suitor and she's liking it. But why do they do it?
Najua lazima inzi akufe, lakini nategemea vile unakufa. Ile inzi iko na akili inakufia kwa maziwa. Ile inzi iko na ujinga inakufia kwa choo. Mimi nikasema siwezi kufia kwa choo, nitakufia kwa maziwa.
You've got to love these guys. By the way, that handshake issue, Steve, did Baba tell you about it?
My friend Raila did not tell me when he went there.
Na baadaye mimi nikapiga Kalonzo simu kabla tujatangaza. Simu yake ilikuwa mteja.
Steve's phone had a problem. This is how the Migori man could have described it.
Anapata shida kwa sababu ya disasters.
Angoa.
Disasters.
So what do you want?
Tunataka usaidie hao watu wanafanya kwa serikali ya government. Government kutoka Burundi.
I give up, but there was an eyewitness.
My name is called Daniel Utina Dongo, and I want to talk to people to understand what was done there.
And what did you see?
I saw what even my father was dead before he showed that thing.
My, oh my.
We should not work there. We should just remaining remembering going there and died.
I am also dead, sir.
Nothing we should get there. Just died only. We should get there.
Emmanuel Juma, Bullseye, NTV.
Interesting perspectives there from Emmanuel Juma. Before we get into the sporting action, let's go to beyond the borders actually. Zimbabwe has begun an oral vaccination drive to curb a cholera outbreak which has claimed at least 49 lives over the past month. That's according to a World Health Organization official. The cholera outbreak, first detected outside Harare on 5th of September, prompted the health ministry to declare an emergency in the capital. With 9,000 suspected cases so far, the disease has spread to other towns as well as rural areas across the entire country. Authorities have banned public gatherings in Harare, while health ministry personnel are supervising the burial of victims. Residents attended health centers in the capital on Friday for the first dose, really. The cholera outbreaks occur regularly in Zimbabwean cities where supplies of drinking water and sanitation facilities are erratic and infrastructure has collapsed due to years of neglect.
Niaje, want to invest in a biashara that will take you